Hey everyone, Sergio here with the Rideshare Guy. What do we say on Show Me the Money Club? Work smarter, not harder. If you aren't using the Solo app, which I have been for the past year and a half, you may be working a lot harder than you need to. Let's change that. Download the app, link your account where you can manage your income, track your expenses, as well as your taxes. Not only that, but you can plan by optimizing your time, make more money, and even guarantee your daily pay with guaranteed earnings. Download the Solo app today. Begin to work smarter, not harder. Link is in the description. Let's get back to it.
All right, let's move on and let's talk about new Uber Comfort driver qualifications. So on May 25th, we're updating the Uber Comfort driver qualification in your area. So it's going to increase the driver rating qualification to 4.9 and decreasing the trip count qualification to 50. Boom,
50,
maybe.
50 is pretty much everybody has done that. But 4.9 is a tough nut to crack, man. I don't know if everybody here is 4.9 or better.
I have an idea. Everybody in chat, put what your driver rating is currently on the Uber app right now.
Yeah, don't.
And I bet you're going to see a lot more people in the 4.9 or higher.
And don't roll up. Okay.
Yeah, put it to the exact one. Like mine's 4.94. Yeah, see, there you go. 4.99, 4.95, 4.96. There you go.
There you
see?
go. So you all can do
better.
the comfort, but I think this will eliminate some
4.7. Oh, I'm sorry. You can't do comfort anymore.
Yeah, one more tenth, you're about to get deactivated. That's what I know. But yeah, this is I got a bunch of emails about this actually. And
yeah, see, we got good drivers. You know, they're watching the show, they're watching the channel, they got the inside scoop. They're like, hey, this is a business. I'm making money. I'm not going to be freaking scrambling around with my head cut off trying to accept every single damn ride. 3.
Look at all these 4.99s and 5s and 4.96s.
Yeah, see, I'm telling you, everybody's smart, man. Got good drivers here. Love it.
Well,
but yes, just to let you know, not like a lot of people who are really watching that are below that threshold. But yeah, keep it up. 4.99, 4.96. As long as you're 4.9 or over, you can get that driver qualification for Uber Comfort. And hey, you know what? If there's a lot of drivers that are actually under that, because again, you guys are smart, you guys are watching the channel, you guys are learning what the ins and outs. All the other drivers out there, they're just shit drivers. Let's be real, because they're not paying attention. So their rating is 4.88, 4.86, 4.79, and they're going to lose access to Uber Comfort. So you know what that means? Less drivers on the Uber Comfort platform, more Uber Comfort rides. And if you got the law of supply and demand, they actually might have to increase prices because drivers are going to be like, not worth it. And then they'll have to come back with it a little bit later and say, all right, that's sweetened the deal a little bit.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how many. I'm sure Uber knows the numbers. Uber has looked into this before they moved up, because this is a move up. I think it was 4.85. They moved it to 4.9 now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, though, it's kind of following in Lyft's footsteps, because look at what Lyft has done when it comes to what they have to do with the changes that they've done when it comes to what drivers' qualifications are for certain requirements now. And so I think this is kind of like a step where they're doing that. And I guarantee, I wouldn't guarantee, but I will be willing to put money down that it will only eliminate maybe like 20 to 25% of drivers, which is
that high. You think that high?
I think it'd probably be around there.
Yeah, I think Uber wouldn't do that probably. But then, you know, the other thing is, I've seen comfort trips that pay less than X anyway.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if you have less drivers, you know, maybe these drivers are going to be selective as well too. And if that happens, you know, somebody's going to still want to get a ride, and they're going to have to, you know, make it a little bit more worth it. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, I don't care about that change. It doesn't affect me. The only way it affects me is the fact that, like I said, it will probably cut out X amount of drivers, and that can be better, because if they're not able to get comfort rides and I still am, hey, nice.
Yeah. One other thing about this is, you know, since they did this, how far is a car lineup change, you know, in the future? I think it's going to be pretty soon, because I think that's the bigger problem. more than the
Only
rating.
3
Most
years.
drivers are decent. You know, there are some cars that should not be in comfort. Okay,
No,
I mean,
there
they
are
just
not. And
Nissan
then
Sentra should not be in comfort. I go like, why is that in comfort? Like,
well, not only that, or Toyota Corolla or something,
yeah, some shit like that.
but I think the other thing too is in order let's say you have a year threshold because they want to say nicer, newer cars. I
Yeah.
think as long if you are able to keep your car as nice and new as it
Yeah.
is, 5-10 years later, and you can prove that through, a video inspection or something like that, I think you should still be able to have access to that. I mean, I've said this how many times before. I might have my Jeep for 10 years. So I had it in 2013 and I got rid of it in 2023. And what happened was, um, when I'm out driving, how many people in, 22, 21 were still like, "Oh my god, is this new?" No, it's almost 10 years old because I kept it nice, I kept it clean, and it still
Yeah.
looks as brand new as it did the day it came in.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple of scratches here or there, down at the bottom, but nothing that you're gonna be able to see. So I think in that case, I think drivers who instead of having to force drivers to get a newer car every 3 years or something, you should
Yeah.
be able to say, "Okay, your car qualifies now, it's roomier." You can't change the room mirror. Your car, you could keep it still continually nice and looking clean versus looking like shit and torn seats and all that stuff. So I think if you're able to do that, you should be able to stay on the comfort platform, a little bit longer.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I don't know how they figure out what cars belong in comfort, because some of them definitely should not be there, and some that are left out should be in there. So
Yeah.
I don't know who does that, but
I don't know. It's kind of like, how do they actually come up with the fare that they're offering you? It's just like, yeah, we're gonna throw something at the wall and see what sticks.
yeah,
I agree. Minivans aren't cool.
minivans aren't cool. No, they have a place in a family with 4 kids.
I have a family with 3 kids, and you know what I did? I bought a Honda Pilot with the 3rd row, so I can do XL. It's still an SUV, and it's much better than a fucking minivan. Sorry to all my minivan owners out there, but,
Yeah. Hey,
No.
please send hate message to Chris at therideshareguy.com.
I have never I have said my entire life, I will never be a minivan owner. I will never own one in my life, and I never will. I like SUVs. I like trucks. In fact, I'm getting a truck very soon. And I like my cars. So there you go.
All right, there you go.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club, with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.